Right, everybody, thanks for joining me back. It's December 24th, 2023. It's on and off cloudy out here and cool on and off. And your outpost on the West Coast in sunny Southern California, we just went through a bunch of rain. So it slowed down the project right here. But as you can see, we went ahead and primered the pieces. We needed the piece to paint. Or we primered the pieces we needed to primer in order to get the paint started. We'll sneak that in as the days come in and out. You know how it is in the wintertime, but I think you're going to agree with me. This thing is, she's beautiful. She's massive. She's huge. She's so well built, and everything's just so sturdy and stout. It may not be your scale, or brass may not be your thing, or maybe you have too much brass and we've forgotten and we become jaded to the actual beauty of handcrafted, either Japanese or Korean craftsmen who built these things by hand many, many years ago. And we forgot about the beauty in the mechanisms and just the body and stuff. Was that music corny? The intro music corny? Hell freaking no, man. That's badass music for a badass model, for a badass friend. Bill, I hope you like it so far. And I hope Bill and your family, Bill and Gail, have a wonderful Christmas out there, and everybody else, wherever you guys are at too. It's just the model, and you're going to hear me talking kind of weird now from here on out. If you decide to stick around through this series, this is the part me and Ed Campbell used to talk about. And if you're a painter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about the occasional painter. The model, I am not building or working on the model anymore. She has taken over, and she's in a way sort of working me. From here on out, I'm just awed at the beauty, the size, the weight, just the texture, the pieces. Just doing this right now on camera with you guys, it's just really, really getting me pumped up. This is why I got into model railroading or scale modeling to begin with, right here. Yeah, we got the smaller scales, which are exquisite. Something about O scale. And those of you O scalers who chose to steer away from the Mike's Train House craze, which was me and just a few others, will know what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and give a quick review of what we've done. Let's hit the lights on top. And then we'll keep this video short, call it a day, so you guys can enjoy your Christmas Eve and then Christmas morning. Tomorrow, excuse me. Pretty much she's mocked up. She's just sitting loosey-goosey on the frame. And your frames come pre-blackened from KTM in Japan. That's how they used to leave the factory. So really all you got to do is just paint your drivers from the outside, your cylinders, your front, your pilot, your cow catcher, all that good stuff. You can paint the frames and stuff. Unless you do this all the time and you have a lot of experience and extreme amount of patience, but the right equipment also. I don't recommend you taking apart a model that we tested that ran fine on the workbench, and we filmed it to Led Zeppelin's Going to California song. And I redid that video, so the second one you see that's only 4 minutes long, that's the one I want you guys, if you get a chance, go back at night when you're laying in bed with your coffee or something. Watch that thing, the 4-minute one. There's no talking, it's just music. You're going to get enthralled at the working mechanism just running smoothly and quietly, and to the music of Going to California. It's the live version, so it's a little different than the record version, and it suits what I was trying to show with Bill's mechanism here. The last thing you want to do, you may feel like a big shot, even me right now, I would never take apart all this mechanism, take out the drivers and label them and tag them and stuff, saying, oh, I can put it back together now just as easy as I took it off because I labeled everything. Well, that's a bunch of BS. You got to be real careful with that. Unless you know what you're doing, you have the experience and tons of patience and time, actually. But the right equipment, I don't have a jig for quartering drivers anymore. I don't have one. I can't quarter my drivers if now there's a slight bind because one of the drivers is slightly off. or one of my side rods is slightly off. So unless you're a professional painter in that realm, you got the equipment time and you can do that even if a problem pops up, I recommend just leaving the frames black, touch up your sections that you can see in black. I'm sorry, leaving the frames in factory blackened brass, and paint the parts that I'm pointing to that are in gray primer. Well, not back there, but here in black. Keep the mechanism intact to save yourself a lot of headaches. Go in there with an airbrush and hit your drivers and all that good stuff. But it's something you really, really, really have to take seriously when you get to that step, because more often than not, unless you're a pro, and even me, I wouldn't even dare do it, because I can't guarantee you I can get it back together the way it was, so it's running as smooth as it did in that video here. So something to think about. It's all mocked up. It's all components. The trailing truck, the front pilot truck or pony truck, I guess they call it, lead truck. The body, the boiler came off fantastic. Let me get some light on that. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me clip this microphone to my collar so we can talk freely here. All right. So just look at that. Get this light out of the way so the camera can focus on our subject matter. That's where all the repairs were done. Can't even tell anymore. Flip it around. You can see the massiveness of this thing. Put my arm up against her. Little marker lamps and all that good stuff. Clamshell. Smoke deflector. It doesn't work. It's just for static display there. And of course, Bill's cab interior, which came out fantastic. Just fantastic. So we'll go ahead and put that back, sort of like that. But I'll tell you what, when I, like all of you guys, when I got into this hobby as a late teens, maybe early 20s adult, I had just started working, and I had my first paychecks, and I wanted to buy equipment and stuff. And I remember and you guys will remember this too, the guys down at the club, the older guys, the guys that are gone, we're long gone now. But down in San Diego, here's what's interesting. Down in San Diego, all the older members, or the bulk of the members of the San Diego Old Skill Club, which is that model railroad museum you see in magazines and stuff like that, down at the Balboa Park, where all the museums are. Well, I was a member of that one for a long time, and that's where I met Bill and Roger. But I remember I would admire those older guys, and they were all World War II veterans, or Korean, Vietnam in some cases. And when I joined the Pomona Club, same thing, a whole bunch of World War II veterans. And they all spoke to me of their service, where they served. And what was interesting is it was mainly, most of the guys served in the European theater. And they spoke to me about different battles, or battles they were at or were going to, or all that interesting stuff. It was like a history book opening up. But the ones that wouldn't talk to me about and I didn't even know they served, were the ones who served in the Pacific. They just were quiet, and you would never know. So I admired these gentlemen, and they left a mark on me. They left a mark on the hobby. They left a mark on really part of American history, if you think about that. Norman Rockwell and all that. Or they're gone. They've been gone. Now it's my turn. So what mark am I going to leave this hobby? I don't belong to any more clubs anymore, and I don't plan on it becoming a member anymore, because gasoline's way too expensive. We're talking about San Diego Club. That's a 200-mile drive round trip, 100 going, 100 coming back. I used to drive that every Sunday for 14 years. And the Pomona's about 60 miles one way. So it's become impractical for me, even if I was retired. It's is brutally hard and expensive, and the traffic is brutal now out here in California. But my legacy, what am I leaving now? The new modelers. I'm handing off to baton. Well, what I'm going to do is my YouTube videos. Okay, so so I want to thank two big Bufords. Kind of threw me a heads up, and I was very cognizant of what they were pointing out. Absolutely, and I have to remember two things. I have to remember that those older guys who showed me the hobby and I fell in love with it and them or their style, you know, and I wanted to emulate them and follow in their footsteps and carry the baton and eventually hand it off. Well, same thing here. I'm showing you these videos, I'm showing you these builds, everything I do, whether it's the Lionel train set. By the way, we got the part in. We're going to work on that this weekend. We'll get that running. We'll film that finale for you guys, and that thing will go out the door. And another Lionel train set has come in for refurbishing. Remember what I told you guys about? You get your name out there, the work will start coming in. Well, we'll get to that when we cover that series. But what I'm getting back to is I'm not showing these videos to gain subscribers or become monetized or a fan following or base like that. What I'm simply doing is I'm showing time and space where we stand right now, that this is the way Florentino Rebuilding Company, the person, this is how he roamed this planet during the 90s and the 2000s, once upon a time. And he succeeded, he thrived, he enjoyed it. He spent the most magical fantasy type like adulthood you can just imagine. I lived it because of this stuff here. And not because I was playing with trains. I never sat down and played with anything. But if you follow all my other videos, you'll kind of figure out what I'm talking about. I'm just showing, for nostalgia purposes, for future historians or whatever you want to call it, right? Future modelers, how this particular modeler modeled once upon a time. And I'm just showing and passing the baton to the next person. And I'm tickled pink working on this at this phase right now. Look at the size of that son of a gun, man. Look, that's both my hands on that. It's just phenomenal. So when you see that, look at it from that angle. When I play my music or I shoot my videos in this style, it's because this is the expression of who I really am. Anyone who watches these videos or anyone who goes down to the San Diego Club or the Pomona Club and asks around about Florentino Rebuilding Company, or Tino for short, will say, yeah, that's him. His style is right here in his videos. If you ever wanted to know who that person was, watch his videos. Watch how warm and affectionate he talks about the subject matter. And that is Florentino Rebuilding Company to the T, including the format I shoot the videos, the way I just shot this one, and including the music I play. I'm a musician. I love all music. You guys have seen me play rock, classic country, big bands, Glenn Miller. We played Bolero. We played Clair de Lune by WWC. Just on and on and on, because I'm a musician and I love music. So, and I talk about music. We talk about music, and you guys point out, I haven't heard that song in a while, or that input makes me happy. So, but I got to be cognizant, because my videos may show scantily clad women dancing. It's part of Hollywood right now. I don't have control over that, but or it may just be too loud of a rock sound. So I got to be cognizant of that, tone it down here and there, so I don't chase away viewers, because the message is here, not in my music or the style I shoot. That's just who I was. The message is still here, and I'd hate for people to lose interest in something like this because I wanted to play. I insisted on playing a certain type of music. So I'll be cognizant of that part too, but it is part of me. And real quick, regarding the scantily clad models dancing on my videos, to you ladies out there, that particular video has guys and gals. So if you could just be patient and skip through the gals dancing, trust me, the muscle hunk dudes will be on the very next frame lifting weights or without a shirt. So it's eye candy for everybody. Enjoy it. I'm just having a blast. I know my days are drawing slowly to where I gotta go, and as I watch my mother get old and my friends around me just pass, and neighbors and pass, and my job people, my best friends retiring, I can see the writing on the wall, and I know what awaits me, and I'm fine with that. But I'm going to post these things to show you who Florentino Rebuilding was. You guys are seeing a friendship between two modelers who have spanned several decades now, a couple decades, or not more. No, about 3 decades almost, okay? And look what this friend is doing for another friend and filming it right here on YouTube just for you guys. What kind of a friendship did we have? What kind of bond did we have for us to still be doing that? Well, you guys with best friends know exactly what that friendship is, what it entails. And I'm celebrating that by filming this. And I'm letting the whole world know, hey, this is who Florentino Rebuilding was. This is the man, his taste, his music, the way he films, his friends. We talk about my exes all the time. We talk about the kids, and it's, if I think about it, it's very kind of scary to expose myself and all my vulnerabilities on here. But think like that for yourselves. And this is the last point I'm going to make before we call it a day here is despite what I'm saying here in front of the camera right now, this is not who Florentino Rebuilding Company is. Florentino is a very loving person who loves his family, his kids, who loves his exes. It didn't work out. I still love those women for a reason, and to this day, I stay in touch with pretty much all of them, except the one. Anyways, and the kids. I love my mom, my dad. I love my job. I love my country. I take care of my house, my neighborhood. We eat good. When I can help someone who's struggling, I help them. I believe in God. I love Major League Baseball. I love the New York Yankees. I love NASCAR. I love Junior Earnhardt was my favorite. Just like you guys. So this is part of who I was, but it's not who I am. Who I am is just like you guys. I work hard and I love my family, and they mean everything to me, and I'm going to give them big hugs. I gave my mom a big hug yesterday, and hopefully a hug tonight or tomorrow. But and that's who you guys are. So enjoy the videos for what they are. You guys take care. Have an awesome Christmas. Bill, I hope you like how she's coming along. She looks freaking fantastic. And I'll film that Lionel episode next. You might see it in a day or two. And I've got other projects cooking that I'll film here soon. So you all take care. Have an amazing Christmas with your families. Give them a huge hug. Please, please, please tell your family, everyone in your family, how much you love them and how much they mean the world to you. You guys have an amazing Christmas, and God bless every single one of you guys. All righty. You all take care.